I believe that as marketers, we spend way too much time being creative, thinking about new content we can create, and not thinking enough about how we distribute that content. Distribution is what will help us grow. So, a couple of examples. If you have a series of blog articles you've created at some point in the past around a certain topic, you could turn those into an email course. It's a great lead generation engine, and it's a way to reuse content you already have. If you have created checklists, for example, you can bundle these into a toolbox, again, a great lead generator. Blog posts that you have, you could turn them into LinkedIn carousels if your audience is in LinkedIn. Or one of the things I like to do is if you have internal sales materials, FAQs that your sales teams use on calls, you could turn those into an FAQ section on the website. So anything you do, think about how to repurpose that. And by the way, I use ChatGPT to help me figure out examples for this. So this is not a limited list. You can literally go ask ChatGPT, I've got this content, give me 10 ways of repurposing this. And then the last one is embracing AI. So there's a few sessions on AI today and tomorrow, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. But one of the things I did want to share is how AI processes the information you give it. And there's some research that says that when you do a prompt, and the longer the prompt gets, AI, ChatGPT, for example, is quite good at processing what you put at the beginning of that prompt and at the end of that prompt. Everything in the middle kind of gets lost. I don't know if you've ever tried to create images with ChatGPT. I have, and it's wildly frustrating because every time I slightly change something in quite a complex prompt, there's something that gets lost again. And like suddenly my person has 3 arms or just 2 fingers, but something always gets lost. So the important part here is give it context. And this is where actually the idea of slices and bringing all of your content into components and sections helps the AI as well. And as AI gets better and as AI will be used more throughout your websites, having things in context is going to be helpful. The second one is to build in your DNA. When you create content ideas with ChatGPT, for example, it can now memorize what you've worked on before with it. There are other tools as well that really specifically focus on search optimized blog post creation, for example. And if you build in your brand voice, if you say, these are blog posts that I've written before, this is my brand voice, this is my brand image, the outcome will be much better. And then lastly, my recommendation is still to keep a human in the loop at all times. Let AI enable you, not replace you. And it is really powerful if we use it as an enablement tool. So to sum up, these are the 3 things I want you to take away from this session. Number 1, the B2B buying process is becoming more and more complex. And as marketers, we have to reach the buyer before they reach out to us. We have to convince them in that first part of the buying process. Number 2 is that websites can make really great growth hubs if you manage to make them interactive, if you manage to connect the dots between the different channels you have and the different stages of that complex journey. And the third one is slice it up and repurpose. Think of your content in small sections, small slices. Think about repurposing everything you do, and that will make you way more productive, both us as human and your AI.